All right, y'all, we are back again with another episode of 15 Minutes With. I am super excited. This guest is very special. Now, you may not know this, but Cameron Larkin has spent more than 13 years in the Workday ecosystem. He's not just talking about change and transformation, he is actually architecting it, leading the customer experience through and to true, real organizational change. Cameron, welcome to the show.
Lee, great to see you again.
Yeah, it's been forever.
Live, yes. I think it was last time Workday Rising a couple years ago.
Yeah, and before that, we spent a little time working together at OSV.
One Source Virtual, that's right.
Yeah, which is like, I don't know, the godfather of Workday partners. I feel like
one of the oldest, yeah.
Yeah. So Cameron, we focus on 4 things: who you are, what you do, what you believe, and how you work. Who in the world is Cameron Larkin?
Well, today I'm a dad and husband and leader of a Workday practice at a company called ERPA. We're one of the newer Workday partners, growing really quickly. This is our 3rd year in a row. We'll get up over 70% revenue growth year over year, and this year we will become profitable at the end of the year. So very proud of that. And growing like a weed. We've onboarded 25 new consultants so far this year, and we're at 65 today. I'm sure we'll be up over 70 by the end of the year and over 100 next year. So we have big growth plans.
I heard you say husband and a dad. Tell me about that. So you're married?
Yeah. In fact, Monday was our 23rd anniversary. We had
congratulations,
a great meal. Thank you. And a dad to a son down at UT in Austin studying architecture. So he's a junior this year. So we just have the one, and we're empty nesting all of a sudden.
Okay. So he's studying architecture, UT Austin. Listen, Gensler, we know you're out there. Gensler's architect.
That's right. Big.
They're a Workday customer. There's a Larkin out there looking for you.
That's right. He'll be looking for work in a couple of years.
We can put small plug. We'll tag them. Make sure they know. Hire the Larkin. Okay. So you're at the ERPA, which I've heard of them. I've seen some folks who have come out of that shop or who have worked there who have been just absolutely phenomenal. But I guess for you, or what's your secret sauce there? What is the thing why do customers choose you all?
Yep. No, it's a great question. And it's something we're super proud of. So we, everybody on our leadership team, from the top down, has been in the Workday ecosystem for 10 plus years. So everybody brings experiences from working at other partners, what works, what doesn't. We're doubling down on what does. We're avoiding what doesn't work. And we know the customers feel that experience, that expertise. And so we've intentionally hired very experienced folks that deliver what we call the ERPA service experience. And from top to bottom, we are focused on customer satisfaction because we know that that's the secret sauce to growth.
Yeah.
You know, if you can make a customer happy, keep them happy, they're going to be a reference for you and help you to grow further. And we're super proud of not having lost any customers in our customer base. And so that customer satisfaction focus, we feel, is really our secret sauce.
What about your employee and team member focus? What do you all have in place for that? Obviously, the culture inside of the organization is only exacerbated by your customer retention. So I'm assuming you all have some phenomenal things in place for that as well.
We do. I think the thing that really attracts people to ERPA and keeps them is this people first culture. Again, having come from a lot of other partners. It's, as you know, in the Workday ecosystem, it's super competitive.
Yeah.
And everybody's getting hit every week by a recruiter. So they can vote with their feet very easily. They can go to make more money. They can go to another partner. And so why do people stay? And it's the culture that keeps people. It's some people will leave for more money, perhaps. But we, through our interviewing, are targeting those folks that are looking for a team to be a part of. And again, we feel it's part of our secret sauce. We have very little attrition. And so people are voting with their feet by staying with us.
Oh, sounds like it's an anchor.
It absolutely. The customer satisfaction and employee first culture is a great recipe.
So what is a limiting belief that you have let go of? Now, you've spent a lot of time in this ecosystem and in life. I'm assuming as well, right? I see one or two little grays there.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
what's
Fair
a
amount
limiting
there.
belief that you've let go of through your lived experiences?
Yeah, and I think what limits all of us, certainly I have felt limited by it, is that change is bad. That there's most of us despise change at some level,
Yeah,
and when we do that, we fail to embrace change, then we are naturally limiting ourselves. And I think that I've gotten much better personally over time, learning to embrace the change. And so I think that when you eliminate those limits, the sky is the limit.
I love that. What do you consider to be like, one of your greatest strengths? Now, I will tell you what I think one of your greatest strengths are, but I'll wait till after you share.
No, it's a great question. I think where I have developed the most through my career and what I've gotten much better at is the relationships. And if I had to go back and talk to my younger self, I would encourage myself to focus earlier in my career on the relationships. I think early on I was selfish. I was in it for me. I was trying to be the smartest guy in the room. And when we learn that it's really about others and that the real joy, the fulfillment in work is in seeing others blossom and develop, that's true fulfillment and joy. And so I think that that's an area that I've gotten much better.
I would say one that I went to OSV in 2017, 18 time frame or so. One of the things I always remembered was your uh, calmness.
Mm.
I don't now that can be great or it can be deathly, but calmness, always measured, always regulated, self-assured, self-aware, but regulated. And I think when you think about, for a lot of customers, these Workday implementations or any system implementation on the customer side can be a career defining implementation.
Mm-hmm.
How well it does, how it shows up for them, how they show up in the business. They're not a consultant. They've spent a lot of time.
Very rarely.
Yeah, they've spent a lot of time working with people in that organization. There's relationships that have to be managed, and having someone that has a steady hand and doesn't make knee jerk, decisions or calls knee jerk reactions. I think that is something to be said. So kudos to you.
Well, I appreciate that memory that you have, and I do think that is something that I feel triggers in me in a positive way when things get tough. I feel like I get calmer. I'm like one of those people
Bear down on it like
that,
a BMW taking a curve. I love it.
yeah, and as a result, one of the things that I would get called into is on those difficult project escalations, right? When, people are looking for somebody on the team to run into the fire, right?
Do you remember I did a project in Regina, Saskatchewan, Canada? Y'all,
Yeah, ISC.
Regina, Saskatchewan, Canada. There is nothing there but snow and beautiful sunsets and wonderful indigenous people, by
Yep.
the way.
Great people and a lot of
Great
cold.
people and a lot of cold. And that project was very interesting because it was an automotive organization out there. I won't say the name.
We had two different projects up there
yes, I
at the
did
same time,
both of
and the auto dealer one was hot.
It was, listen, Dallas, Texas heat hot. Okay. It was cayenne pepper hot. And I remember as I've gone throughout my career, I've done tons of other implementations, but how I show up in the midst of a storm, that's what people will remember. They very rarely remember all of the good things, but when they are feeling the heat.
That's right. Yeah. The team appreciates it too.
And you're calm, measured, and regulated, there's something to be said of that.
And I did leave a little piece of my ass in Regina, Canada.
Probably so. We left some dollars up there too.
Yeah.
Sure.
That was tough.
How do you balance ambition with contentment?
That's a great point. I think I'm probably less balanced on that front than I used to be. I think I used to be, somebody who would wear their ambition on their sleeve, and let people know what I was aiming for. I think it's unbalanced to the contentment side, so I focus more on what I find fulfilling,
Yeah.
and it's less about me. It feels like I'm at the point in my career where, the money will be taken care of. The career trajectory seems like it will be taken care of, but it's more about the contentment. And for me, it's about the relationships, the people, helping people to develop. And so probably become more unbalanced in what I think is a positive direction.
There's a phrase, I can't remember who said it, so shame on me for this, but it said, I'm not looking to be famous, I'm just looking to be effective. And if you can just be effective, the rest of it will take care of itself.
Yeah. Stay out of the limelight.
There you go. So what is one thing you wish people knew about you?
That's a good question. One of the things that, especially since my son left the house, I've deepened some hobbies further. So running has come back into my life. So I kind of run a lot of marathons. But I did, there was a long period, 12, 15 years that I didn't. And since my son has left the house, running again, this year it's all halves. Last year was marathons. That's what drives me. I run with a group. And sometimes it's more about going out for breakfast afterwards. And the run, it's very social. So that's one of the things that gives me the most joy.
Yeah, I appreciate that. So Cameron, here we are. We're at this point where you get to ask me 2 questions.
Hey, this is William Tincup, and you should know about the You Should Know podcast. It's a topical, fun podcast with Ryan, myself, and a guest, or guests, plural sometimes, and we tackle the most timely topics of the day. Give it a look, give it a listen, and subscribe. Thanks.
You only get 2, and then we're going to go to rapid fire and see what this deck has for us.
Sure.
Yeah.
So one question, like doing these podcasts, all of this, traveling the way you do, it's a lot of hard work. So what is it that drives you about doing this? Because you got a real job.
Yeah, I do.
And so what is it about this that particularly drives you?
I mean, I wanted to be a culture anthropologist. Now I would like to think that I'm a technology anthropologist, maybe even a little bit of a human, if you will, what I would say, what the Army calls human intelligence, but we won't go that far. I like people. I like to understand their why. And if I can understand their why, I can tend to understand what motivates them. If I understand what motivates them, then I can understand what incentivizes them. If I can understand what incentivizes them, then I can understand what I have to do in order to help them be better at what they want to do or be better at what we need them to do. I find during these podcasts, even with people I've known and for complete strangers, that I leave more full. And my hope is that the guests leaves more full, that the audience leaves more full. And I don't know, that they take something away from this that they could not have gotten in any other medium or space. These are not hour-long, 2-hour-long Mel Robbins, podcasts. And I love her. I listen to a lot of her content. But these are not meant to be listened to over a number of days. These are meant to be consumed in that break between meetings, in that afternoon run, in that moment where you're sitting in traffic, in that moment where you're on LinkedIn and you're looking for a job and you're trying to understand why you've applied for 300 of them and they haven't chose you. Did you show up as your real authentic self?
Mm-hmm.
Did you put on a mask to go to the interview? Or did you say, dude, this is me. I'm weird, crazy, cool. I have a lot of fun. I have a life outside of work that I fully enjoy and do stuff in. So I don't know. That's what I hope that others get out of it.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. So the other question, you talk a lot, you really care for others. You talk a lot about opening the door for others. So what are you hoping for people to do with that open door?
Oh, whatever they want. I mean, I think this podcast creates some exposure for folks. It creates exposure for maybe doors that they want open, but it also creates doors for customers that they're trying to potentially access.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe to shed a light for, sometimes there's this weird thing. I don't say that I'm an expert when it comes to Workday or Smartsheet anymore. I actually divorced that term earlier this year. I say that I'm a practitioner. Doctors and lawyers, they get away with that. You let somebody go like fidget with your body and they don't lead with they're an expert. They lead with practicing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm practicing this. They have malpractice insurance for this very reason. Why aren't consultants taking more time retrospectively to say, I'm really good at this. I have some expertise in this, but I don't know everything. I'm a practitioner. And so I'm hoping that customers also, or people who are considering consultant, see the consultant light, especially when I have consultants like yourself on, that these people are real humans. So when you call them at 1 a.m. in the morning because payroll didn't run, they too have a family. They too have people who are expecting something of them. They too have people who are giving away their time, allowing them to spend that time with you so that you can meet your mission. But what does it cost them? And I think what I've seen in comments and some of the text messages I get, and even some of the LinkedIn messages, hey, you make us seem more human and not robotic. We have AI. We don't need more AI. All right. There's a segment for that. We need human intelligence. We need human engagement. We need humanity to show up real and kind. All right. Now I'm blabbering, but
I love it. I love it.
Just, I don't know. I think people spend so much time trying to be perfect and get everything right that they forget that the quirkiness of them is what makes them human. I mean, think of today. You're here with me hanging out. Did we start on time? Probably not. We tried. Okay.
Stuff happens.
It
Just like on
happens.
projects.
Yeah, just like on projects. Did we recover? Yeah, just like on projects. Did we have an enormous amount of time? Did we build relationships? Did we create friendships? Did we have moments worth having? A moment that you would not have gotten had you not been here? I think the answer is yes.
That's right.
If that's the case, if I get that on a project and we go a month over or 2 months over, and we spend a little bit more money that somebody's printing up in Washington or wherever they print it up at now, that's cool too. If the end result is that my people are more connected, my system is more integrated, and transformation actually happens.
Sure.
So
Yep.
There's that. Listen, we're in the 15
Speed.
of these speed questions here. Now, I'm not responsible for what shows up, but first thing that comes to mind, shopping in store or shopping online?
Online.
Really?
For sure.
Sunrise or sunset?
Sunset.
Netflix or YouTube?
YouTube.
Really? You like live things?
YouTube, documentaries, podcasts. Yeah. And there's such variety. I'm really in love with YouTube.
Same. Dogs or cats?
Dogs.
Instagram or TikTok?
Neither.
All right. We have a joker. You get a question. You have a question?
So tell me, outside of work, what is your passion, and is it something that people wouldn't necessarily know about you?
If I told you all the weird stuff I do, I've worked on cars. My grandfather was a mechanic. In the spring, I try to do a project with my father-in-law. He's a general contractor, so we remodel homes. We've laid floors.
You remodeled a pickup truck.
Oh, I did. 1971 Chevy C10 short bay step side. I've remodeled homes. I've poured concrete. I've worked on a tiny house, which is a shipping container in the back of my house. I built gardens for people, strangers, and
It's a lot of variety. I love that.
I tried to do a bee farm. I killed 80,000 bees. So my sister, my 16-year-old sister. Oh, dude, it's so cool. I actually have a tattoo here of a bee. So I love bees, and I love the concept of bees and what they would do to protect the queen. I've studied a lot on them. But anyways, I killed 80,000 bees, and my 16-year-old sister sometimes sends me text messages that says murderer. And I have to remind her that she can't say that.
Sibling love.
Yeah, it's sibling love. But what if someone finds my phone and like turns me in or some craziness?
A lot of bees.
Yeah, so I mean, you said it earlier. Stuff happens. Favorite ice cream or flavor?
Strawberry.
Introvert or extrovert?
Introvert.
Pancakes or waffles?
Pancakes.
Beach vacation or mountain retreat?
Mountain.
Ooh, superpower, invisibility or flying?
Flying.
And tattoos or piercings?
Probably tattoo.
I'm-
Or neither.
If I saw you with like a full sleeve, I would think you were badass. I could, it's giving that Jason Yaklin vibe. Yeah.
I need that. I need more badass vibe.
There you go. Cameron, we've gotten to the end of our time. We've arrived here.
Very enjoyable.
All
Appreciate
right.
it, Lee.
Listen, guys, we know you have many choices when you fly. I thank you for spending a few minutes with us. And we'll end it with this. In the words of Tabitha Brown, I hope you have the most amazing day. But even if you can't, don't you dare go messing up nobody else's. Bye, y'all. Good job.